Someone asks you a simple question in English. You understand every word, but suddenly, your brain goes blank. You know the answer, you just can't say it fast enough. That's exactly what we're fixing today. You're going to learn 40 English sentences for real-life conversations, the kind you can actually use when you're talking to friends, coworkers, classmates, or people you meet every day. And here's the challenge. I'll give you the situation. You try to answer before Ryan does.
So I'm competing with everyone now?
Yes. And you're probably going to lose.
Okay, let's do this.
It's early. Your alarm goes off. Your friend texts, "Are you up?" Don't translate, just answer. 3, 2, 1.
I'm up.
Exactly. I'm up. Short, natural, and extremely useful. But there's a difference. Ryan calls you 30 seconds later.
Are you ready?
Ready? I just woke up.
But you said you're up.
I'm awake. I'm not ready.
Fair.
Use "I just woke up" when you woke up very recently. Now imagine your phone rings right after your alarm. What do you say?
I just woke up.
Perfect. Now imagine you slept for 8 hours and you're still exhausted. What do you say?
I'm still tired.
Exactly. I'm still tired.
8 hours, Bella.
I know. My body wanted 9.
Your body has high standards.
Apparently. Now say it naturally. I'm still tired. Good. And now Ryan is rushing you.
Come on, we have to go. You have 2 minutes.
What do you say? 3, 2, 1. I need a minute.
How long is a minute?
A short amount of time.
And in Bella time?
Don't start. I need a minute. You can use it when you need a little time to get ready, or even when you need a moment to think. Okay, you're finally moving. You're brushing your teeth, getting dressed, looking for your keys. Ryan calls again.
Are you ready?
Not yet. I'm getting ready.
Meaning you're preparing to leave?
Exactly. And here's your quick challenge. Complete this. I'm getting ready for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Your turn. Maybe I'm getting ready for work, or I'm getting ready for school, or make it about your life. Then you check the time. You were supposed to leave at 8. It's 8:15. Your friend is waiting. What do you say? I'm running late. Exactly. It means you're behind schedule. You can also say, I'm running a little late. Now don't repeat after me. Say it before Ryan does. Your friend is waiting. You're behind schedule. What do you say?
3, 2, 1. I'm running late.
You're finally outside. Your friend calls. Where are you? You don't need a long explanation. Just say, I'm on my way.
So you're already going there?
Exactly. Listen, where are you? I'm on my way.
How long?
I'll be there soon.
Wait, I'm on my way and I'll be there soon. That's another useful sentence.
It is, but we're saving that one because now the morning is over and the real conversation starts. Before we move on, let's see what you actually remember. No sentence numbers, no answers on the screen, just the situation. Ready?
Let's test them.
You're already late. Your friend is waiting. What do you say?
I'm running late.
You just opened your eyes and someone calls you.
I just woke up.
You're already going toward the place you're meeting someone. I'm on my way. Someone is rushing you, but you need a little time.
I need a minute.
You're preparing to leave the house. I'm getting ready. You slept all night, but you're exhausted. I'm still tired. Your friend asks, are you awake? I'm up. Nice. 7 sentences, and you just pulled them out without seeing the list. That's the skill we're building. Now imagine this. You're finally on your way to work. Your phone rings. Your coworker asks you a question. You know the answer, but you can't find the sentence fast enough. Then they ask, did you finish it? And now you're stuck. What do you say? Exactly. That's where our next sentences become really useful because you'll learn how to say, let me check. I'm working on it. I'll take care of it. And you'll have to answer some of those situations before Ryan does.
Again?
Again. Let's see how fast you can respond. You're already on your way. Your friend is waiting. Your phone rings.
Where are you?
I'm on my way.
How long?
I'll be there soon.
Soon?
Ryan.
5 minutes?
Let's just say soon. Wait. You're already late. Now your boss texts. Are you coming? What do you say?
I'm on my way.
Exactly. Now you're heading toward work. I'm heading to work. Or I'm heading to school. Your turn. I'm heading to... Good. You open your laptop. 3 emails, 2 meetings, 1 deadline you completely forgot about, and then your boss walks over.
Busy?
Very. What would you say? 3, 2, 1.
I've got a lot to do today.
Exactly. That's a very natural way to say you're busy.
Did Sarah send the updated file?
You think she did, but you're not completely sure. Don't guess. Don't say, I don't know. What do you say? Let me check.
Perfect. Short, natural, and very useful at work.
Now your boss says, can you handle this report? Think, are you already doing it or are you promising to handle it? If you're doing it now, I'm working on it. If you'll handle it, I'll take care of it.
So, I'm working on it means it's already in progress.
Right. And I'll take care of it means I'll handle it. Ryan, the report isn't finished.
I'm working on it.
Your boss gives you a new task.
I'll take care of it.
Good. Now you know the difference. Your computer freezes. You've tried everything. Ryan is sitting right next to you. What do you say? Can you help me? Exactly. Don't underestimate simple English. Sometimes the easiest sentence is the one you need most. Okay, Bella. The meeting was moved to Thursday because Sarah... Wait, I understood maybe half of that. What do I say? I don't understand. Okay, I'll say it again. The meeting was moved to Thursday because Sarah... Still too fast. Could you say that again? Sure. Slower this time. Exactly. You don't need to pretend you understand. Just ask. Ryan is out. This time, it's just you and me. Your friend asks where you are. You're already traveling toward them. I'm on my way. Your friend asks when you'll arrive. You expect to arrive shortly. I'll be there soon. You're going toward work. I'm heading to work. Your boss asks about a file. You're not sure if it was sent. Let me check. Your task isn't finished yet. You're doing it right now. I'm working on it. Someone speaks too fast. You don't understand. I don't understand. You want them to repeat it. Could you say that again?
Okay, I think you're ready.
Ready for what?
You know what to say when you don't understand. But what do you say when you understand the question, you just need a few seconds to think?
Give me a second.
No, not that one.
Wait, there's another sentence?
A much more natural one.
And you're gonna need it because your coworker's waiting for your answer right now.
So, what are you gonna say? Cut.
Your coworker is waiting. You know the answer, but you need a second. What do you say?
Give me a second.
Exactly.
Give me a second. I'm trying to remember.
Perfect.
Bella, why do we have to finish the project today?
Because the client needs it tomorrow morning.
That makes sense.
Exactly. The explanation is clear. Your friend explains something, and suddenly you understand why.
That makes sense.
Exactly. Ryan asks, are you finished? You're not finished yet, but you're very close. What sounds natural?
I'm almost done.
Exactly. You're nearly finished. I'm almost done.
Is the restaurant open tonight?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Is Bella coming with us tonight? I think she is, but I'm not completely sure.
I think so.
Right. One more. Is the store open on Sunday?
Probably not. I don't think so.
Exactly. Listen to the feeling. I'm not sure. You don't know. I think so. Probably yes. I don't think so. Probably no.
I'm not sure. I think so. I don't think so.
You've got it. Ryan, are you coming tonight?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Then what do you say?
Let me know.
No.
Wait, what?
You're the one who hasn't decided. You're going to tell me later.
Oh, I'll let you know.
Exactly. Now switch. I haven't decided. You want me to tell me later. What do you say?
Let me know.
Perfect. So, let me know, you tell me, I'll let you know, I'll tell you.
Okay, that one was sneaky.
And that's exactly why it's useful.
Bella, I'm sorry I'm late.
No worries.
Thanks for waiting.
No problem.
Sorry I forgot to call.
No worries.
Thanks for helping me.
No problem.
Got it.
Good. Okay. Ryan is gone. No help. I'll give you the situation. You give me the sentence. Ready? Someone thanks you for helping them. No problem. Good. Ryan says, sorry I'm late. No worries. Exactly. You're almost finished with your work. I'm almost done. Now, your friend asks if the restaurant is open. You genuinely don't know. I'm not sure. Your friend asks, is Bella coming? You believe the answer is probably yes. I think so. Now you believe the answer is probably no. I don't think so. Good. Now listen carefully. Your friend says, "Tell me when you're ready. You are the one who will tell them later." "I'll let you know." Exactly. Now your friend wants you to tell them when you're ready. "Let me know."
Okay. That was harder than I expected.
Because you weren't remembering a list. You were choosing the sentence from the situation. That's real conversation practice.
Okay, one last situation. Someone asks, "Do you want to come with us tonight?" You don't want to say yes, but you don't want to say no either. What do you say? "I'll let you know."
No, not this time.
Again?
Because there's another short sentence that sounds much more natural here, and you've probably heard it hundreds of times, but most English learners don't know exactly when to use it.
So what's the sentence?
In the next part, you'll learn the short sentence that lets you keep your answer open without sounding awkward. Okay, imagine this. You made plans with a friend. Dinner, coffee, maybe a movie. Everything is set. And then something changes. Now you need to know what to say naturally. Let's see how Americans actually say it.
Bella, are you still coming tonight?
"I can't make it.
What happened?
Something came up."
Okay, those two are really useful together. I can't make it means you can't come, and something came up means something unexpected happened.
Now imagine your friend is waiting for you, but you suddenly have to stay at work. What do you say?
I can't make it. Something came up.
Perfect. Let's focus on that second sentence. Something came up. You don't always need to explain the whole story. Maybe your boss called. Maybe your car won't start. Maybe something happened at home. You can simply say,
Something came up.
exactly. Short, natural, and very useful. Now here's a different situation. Your friend asks, "Want to go out for another coffee?" You could go, but you don't really want to. What would you say?
I'll pass.
Exactly. And here's the important difference. I can't make it means you can't come. I'll pass means you could, but you're choosing not to.
So if Bella invites me for another coffee,
You'd better say I'll pass.
I was going to say I'm down.
That's the problem. Let's flip it. Ryan says, "Want to grab pizza tonight?" You like the idea. You're interested. What do you say?
I'm down.
Exactly. It means you're willing to do it.
What about want to wake up at 5 a.m. and go running?
I'm suddenly not down.
Fair enough. Let's meet at 7.
Sounds good.
Can we meet at 7?
That works for me.
Both show that you're okay with the plan.
Right. Simple, natural, and perfect for everyday conversations. And here's one you'll hear a lot in casual American English. Ryan asks, "So what are we doing Saturday?"
Let's play it by ear.
What? Are we playing music?
No. It means we'll decide later. We'll see how things go.
So no plan?
Not exactly.
Okay, I get it. Okay, Ryan, no help from me. Your friend invites you somewhere. You could go, but you don't want to.
I'll pass.
Good. Your friend says, "Want to grab coffee?" You'd love to go.
I'm down.
Good. Last one. Your weekend plans aren't fixed. You'll decide later.
Let's play it by ear.
Perfect. You're getting faster.
So that's it?
Not quite. You remember all those sentences we've learned?
Yeah?
Good. Because now I'm mixing them together.
Wait, all of them?
Not every single one. Just the sentences you're most likely to confuse.
That sounds dangerous.
It gets worse. I'm not going to tell you which sentence you need. You'll have to figure it out from the situation.
So no hints.
No hints. And don't answer too quickly. Some of these are designed to trick you.
Okay. I'm nervous now.
Good. Let's see how many you can get right without translating in your head. All right. This is where most English learners freeze. Not because they don't know English, but because their brain starts translating. Today, don't translate. Just answer. If you can answer before we do, you're thinking in English.
No pressure. Just your final challenge.
Let's begin. Your manager asks, "Did you finish the report?" You're doing it right now. What do you say?
I'm working on it.
Exactly. Now your manager gives you another task. You promise you'll handle it. What do you say?
I'll take care of it.
Nice.
Hey, Bella, are you still coming to dinner tonight? I can't make it.
Oh no.
What happened?
Something came up.
Got it.
Someone speaks too fast. You only understand part of what they said. What's the most natural response? Could you say that again? Perfect. Now you know the answer, but you need just a moment to think. What do you say? Give me a second. A friend asks, "Want to grab coffee?" You'd love to.
I'm down.
Great. Now someone offers you another slice of pizza. You're full. What do you say?
I'll pass.
Exactly. Now it's faster. No hints, no explanations. Just answer. Ready? Someone thanks you for helping.
No worries.
That works too. But today we're looking for no problem. You're already driving to meet your friend. I'm on my way. You're almost finished. I'm almost done. You agree with someone's explanation. That makes sense. Someone asks, "Are you free tomorrow?" You honestly don't know yet.
I'm not sure.
So, how did you do? More importantly, did you answer before your brain started translating? If you did, congratulations. That's exactly how real English conversations start to feel easier. Not because you memorized grammar, but because the right sentence came to your mind naturally.
That's real progress. One sentence, one conversation, one day at a time.
Now tell us in the comments, which sentence are you going to use first this week? We'd love to read your answers.
If today's lesson helped you, give this video a like, subscribe for more real English conversations, and keep practicing with us every week.
Thanks for learning with us today. Keep speaking, keep improving. And remember, the more you use these sentences, the faster English starts feeling natural.
See you in the next lesson. Bye.